With the movie Us coming out in cinemas, I decided to revisit and review the movie that put Jordan Peele on the directing map, Get Out. Get Out is a 2017 horror movie, as mentioned before, written and directed by Jordan Peele, and stars Daniel Kaluuya as our main protagonist, Chris Washington. Chris is going to spend his weekend at his girlfriend's parents' house, and he's a bit nervous because she hasn't told them that he's black. But when they get there, they're actually really happy to meet him. In fact, they're really interested in him. But maybe a little too interested in him. But it isn't just them. Rose's parents' friends are also strangely interested in Chris, as well as the staff. And Chris can't fight off the feeling that something's wrong, but he doesn't want to be in any trouble. But along with arguably the best horror movie extra,
Landry Williams,
the two try to figure out what the hell is going on. When this movie came out, everybody was blown away by it for its acting, its story, its cinematography, its music, its twists. I mean, people were losing their minds saying, oh my god, this is a really good horror movie. One of the biggest reasons as to why people fell in love with this movie was because of its subtext on racism and political correctness in the modern day. Not only is it handled seriously and in a comedically offbeat fashion, but it's this kind of subtext that makes for great horror. If you look back in horror films, particularly movies that help define the genre, you'll find that they actually represent the political or social mindsets of those generations, much like how the body horror movies of the 1980s reflected the AIDS epidemic in America, or how the Saw movies of the 2000s represented the public's reactions to America's intense interrogation techniques on supposed terrorists. And this film does exactly that. It explores the issues with being black in America. In fact, there are scenes where they even highlight it.
Do you find that being African American has more advantage or disadvantage in the modern world?
it's a tough one. Yeah, I don't know, man.
But subtext can only be accepted if the film itself works, and this film works. This film has an incredible twist that I won't spoil if you haven't seen the movie, though I'm fairly certain 99% of you have seen it. But what makes this twist work is the setup for it. This is a movie you can watch multiple times and still pick up subtle clues that lead to such a powerhouse ending. The acting in this movie is also flawless. I love how the White family and friends are able to create this atmosphere where you feel trapped. You know you're a guest, but you can't help but feel like you're a prisoner. The actor who plays Rod Williams is also really good, acting as the comic relief for the film, but never going so far that he's annoying. But without a doubt, the best performance within the film is Daniel Kaluuya as Chris. Chris is another major reason as to why this film works. He's a tortured character who's still grieving over the death of his mother, and how he didn't do anything to save her. This comes back to haunt him in multiple ways during the course of the film, and helps in completing his character arc. He's also one of the few characters in horror to actually make smart decisions to help him survive, and it's brought together wonderfully by Kaluuya's performance. This actually got him an Oscar nod, and he honestly deserved it. I love this movie from beginning to end, and as Peele's directorial debut, I'm all the more excited to see Us. I'm gonna give Get Out a 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.